What is that?
Oh, my husband.
Oh, okay. We are live on YouTube. So I was just trying to get the, okay, I think I'm good now. All right. Sorry about that, Heather.
That's okay.
I was trying to post the link before I got started, but it didn't quite work out. So
Never seems to.
I know.
Always how it is.
So did I send you? Yes, I sent you the questions already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kasie Oswald, and I am here with Heather, teacher Heather. And I think it's great that I didn't get to know you beforehand. And I'm just going to tell everybody, I asked her to send me a picture, and she sent me a picture of the famous Heather Locklear. So I didn't even get to meet her or know who Heather was before coming on here. So it was super fun. And I must say it kept me super interested to meet you. So super fun. So Heather, can you tell us a little bit about yourself while I post our link?
Sure. I was a biochemistry major in college. And while in college, I did some field work at my children's public school and also volunteered there. And about 4 years ago, I decided to remove my children from the public school system. And they were attending an online public school. And I was their coach. And I noticed that, they were taking a lot of online courses, but I was still doing a majority of the teaching. So, and they had made some changes, and I just decided I can just homeschool them myself. So, so I took them out and been teaching ever since. So
Good. So what was your why for starting with VIP Kid?
I had been searching for something to do from home for flexibility purposes for a long time. And then after researching several different places, I ran across a advertisement for VIP Kid. And I thought, oh, I don't know about this, and after doing some research, everything I had read had said it was a legitimate job. So I applied.
Isn't that funny how many people are like, is this for real?
I mean, I had to ask, several people that were, because before I had even picked my mentor, I was asking people, is this really a real thing? Can we get paid for this?
Right. So don't mind me. I was just posting the link for some people. Now, my mom likes when I post the link because she likes to come on here and watch. But if I don't post the link, she doesn't find me on my channel. Sorry, Mom, I'm calling you out.
That's cool.
So I like to try to post it in a couple of places so everyone can find us. So because for some reason I haven't figured out how to get it ahead of time on Zoom to get the link, ahead of time. So
I was just trying to look and see how I can see the chat, because I see the group chat on Zoom. But
if you have to log into my channel to be able to see the live chat.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh, Cindy Bennett and Marianne are here. Thanks for coming, guys.
Hey, Marianne.
It says we have 5. I'm in here. Marianne, Cindy, and whoever else is in here, please say hello in the chat. if you want to ask questions for me or for Heather, please put it in caps so that I know, and feel free to chat amongst yourselves in the chat. And I know they know, but when I'm looking here at you, Heather, you probably know from watching too, or looking down at my notes. But when I look over here, I'm checking the chat box. So
yeah, I'm doing the same. I've got my notes in front of me here, and I'm just like trying not to make it so obvious.
Well, I tell you what, I didn't open up the questions that I sent to you because they're on my phone, but I think they're the same as these, so I might go out of order on you.
Okay.
But okay. So hello, Ellen. Wow. Okay. And Marianne, just so you know, Heather said, my husband and I are headed to the gym, but she's listening.
Okay.
So great. Okay. So are you or were you a brick and mortar teacher?
No, I was not. Other than when I volunteered and I did field work. I mean, if you consider that, but I to work directly for them, no, I was not.
Right. And so, but you did have your degree, so you were able to sign on with VIP Kid. Now, do you have any other online companies?
I do not.
No, me neither.
I have been so busy with VIP Kid that, I mean, I have applied at Cambly and been accepted, but I haven't opened up any slots with them just because I've been so swamped with VIP Kid. So,
yeah. What levels do you teach?
Just about every single level, including supplemental classes. The only ones that I'm missing right now, I mean, I have the basic level 6, but I haven't gotten any classes for the advanced certification, and I don't have 7 or 8 because of that. So
right. I'm certified for 6, but they just opened up 7 for me. But as we get higher and higher, I'm scared of the grammar. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have to spend so much time researching it beforehand. So I'm like, oh.
It's so crazy to me because, they sent out the email stating that there was a need for it. And then you go on there and it's like, it's not available.
Right. And Cindy's in the chat. Cindy, they offered me the STEM classes. She knows I've been wanting, I want to do the dinosaurs and the power of the sun and all of those. I don't know about the sun, but definitely dinosaurs. So
I
was
wanted to
telling
do
her,
the bio.
oh, really? They didn't offer that one to me.
So how did you get the STEM classes then?
I know, I thought that was a requirement too, but they sent them to me saying they sent those for the health, the dinos, power of the sun, and I don't remember the 4th one.
Wasn't there a health one?
Yep, dinos, health, power of the sun, and one other one. So they sent all 4 of those with the level 1 and the 7. So I'll be working today.
Oh, that's nice though.
Yeah.
That ought to open up and give you a variety.
Yeah. Right now I teach 1 through 6 and lots of supplementary classes. So speaking of what we teach, what does your schedule look like?
Well, my schedule varies, but right now I'm working from 4 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. And then I open up evening slots 7:30 to 11, and that's Monday through Sunday. So, I have that period in between, but and I've often thought about opening up earlier, but then I'm thinking about Marianne and how many classes she takes and how she works over midnights.
Yeah.
I just don't think I could handle that.
I've done it a few times. Marianne and I have talked about it, but I'm so grumpy the next day.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
So let's see. Cindy, how this must be a question for you. Well, it is a question for you, but you must know about it. Marianne said, how is the stock market, Heather?
Yesterday it was down over 900 points, I think. So it dropped another 900 points. It's not looking good.
Yeah, the last 2 days it's dropped, 2 days in a row.
And that's usually a sign of something, heading our way.
More to come.
Not,
yeah. Yep. And Cindy said, I have done like 2. 2 what, Cindy? 2 STEAM Power of the Sun, maybe. And Teacher Kim, hey. Hi, Teacher Kim.
Hi, Kim.
And Cindy said, we do a lot of work for that, but I haven't taught many STEAM classes at all. Yeah. Okay,
I
I'm
still
supposed
have
to stay out of the chat until later. What's that?
is it the TEFL?
The TESOL?
TESOL, yeah. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I still have that open. I have not taken the
Oh,
second part of the quiz yet, but that's still,
is
I
it the
still,
TOEFL or TESOL? One of them, right?
yeah, but
TOEFL
it's,
primary.
yes. And I'm like, I don't know if I really want to. And, I've talked to a few people who've said, oh, I've only had a handful of those anyway.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot more pressure on you to, complete everything. And if you have a slow learner,
Yeah.
just because of how it aligns with their testing and stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to take that second part or not.
Yeah. I've only had two, I think, of those. And I know some teachers don't like them at all. Like, I'm always reading for collaboration reasons. And I
Mhm.
know there's some teachers that are like, mm-mm.
So what do you think of them? Do you like them?
They were okay for me. They're a little bit long, like drawn out, kind of the same thing. I don't know. I felt more like I was testing rather than fun and learning type things. And
Right.
obviously, I like color, I like fun and learning. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's held me back too, is because I know that it's more of a academic
Mhm.
course than it is, like fun and teaching new vocabulary and stuff like
Right.
that.
I guess we just have to find ways to make it fun so they're not just like stuck in academics.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your favorite level to teach? I didn't write that on there, but Cindy asked it in the game show the other day, and I was like, oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question. I would say probably, I haven't had that many. I mean, I've got my advanced level 4, and I really like the level 4, but I haven't had enough of the courses in level 4. But level 3, I would definitely say
Is
would
one
be
of your
my top.
favorites?
Hmm.
Wow, we were just talking how many say that's their toughest one.
Really
Yeah,
toughest. Wow.
I
I
guess everyone has their own little niche.
I think I relate more to the older students,
Hmm.
and the only unit that I don't like is probably the mammals and birds unit.
We had a huge. Have you watched the collaboration on that? Go back and
I
watch it. We discussed that.
I don't like it. It seems like they cram too much information in, and it's very difficult to get through the whole lesson. And if you are incorporating a secondary reward,
Hmm.
and let's say you have one that's a slow reader, it's very difficult to manage and pace your time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we talk about that one. That's funny.
I'll have to watch it.
Um, so what is a challenge as a VIP kid teacher that you have had to overcome?
I would say is getting attached to students and
Oh,
having them disappear from your schedule. Um,
no
one
one's
of,
mentioned that before.
I mean,
That's
because,
good.
and it's not just students that have went to other teachers. I've had about a handful that have completely left VIP Kid.
Yeah.
And so, not knowing has been tough, especially now with the coronavirus and everything that we've,
Yeah.
heard about over there. So I've had to contact, VIP Kid and ask them about one particular student that I was having 3 to 4 times a week. And
Right.
he was not taking any other teachers. And I became close to his family.
Hmm.
And, I hadn't heard anything. And I was like, what is going on? Are they sick? That's the first thing that comes to your mind.
Right.
So I sent in the ticket and they said, well, he's okay. He's just, his credits were up. And
Oh,
so,
yeah. Aw. And no one has mentioned that. That is a good one. um, are you tech savvy, and what tech do you use in your classroom?
I would say I'm semi tech savvy. I use Minicam, Google Slides, and right now I've been training myself on OBS.
Oh, okay, Kim mentioned that.
Yeah,
So I
I've
was
been
just
trying to get different videos and just try to see how to incorporate that, because with OBS it doesn't run in the background like Minicam, so you're not using up a lot of your you know space in your computer system, and it's not back there slowing things down. So
right. Oh, good. I haven't looked that one up at all yet. Let's see. Well, we are just going right through them. How do you handle tough kiddos or distracted kiddos? Or...
Patience, patience, patience.
Do you have the patience tag? Do you know?
Yes, I do. I just reach through the screen and choke them. No, I use a lot of puppets. I sing gently and softly to them. I try to think of how I would want someone to treat my child if my child was taking a secondary language.
Right. Yeah. I had one yesterday that was she was a baby. Oh, she had these cheeks. She's so cute. But she was a baby and she was just running around and I would hurry up and put a song on and she would come back. And then she would run around and mom would be like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. We'd say a couple of words and then she'd take off and I'd put a song on and she'd run back.
I have one in particular that he deliberately likes to answer things incorrectly.
Yeah.
And, the mother was like, he's so naughty. And I'm like, all kids want to test the waters. That's just the way it is. And he's testing to see how far he can take teacher. And if teacher will get angry. And teacher, I don't get angry.
You don't,
so
yeah.
I just laugh.
This isn't on there, but I was thinking about it this morning. Like, I woke up, I had a nasty headache and I'm just, I was going through my classes. I felt okay. I felt great, especially when you turn it on and you see their faces. But then I click onto my last class and it's like this one that is just always happy, always ready and just does whatever. He sings with me and we're just silly, but get the work done. And every time I see his name, I'm just like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Do you ever feel just, you see that one and you're just like, oh,
yes, I had my last one. Usually I have him first. And today he was my last class. And I actually spent a little bit of extra time with him, even after because he had an assessment today.
Okay.
And I actually spent a little bit of extra time with him because he was showing me different things. I mean, he showed me, he's got such neat stuff he shows me. Like today it was a drill. He was showing me a drill. And he actually did, get this, I've never, as many assessments as I've done, I've never had a student choose to do the taste test. The project for the taste test because we were doing the 5 senses.
Okay, I'm trying to remember which one. Okay.
It's the third option where they taste different foods and they take pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard, Kasie. He did sour, hot, and it showed his face.
That's great.
Yeah, I was so excited about it because I knew that's the project he was going to do. And when he came to class and he was showing me his pictures, I just lost it. I mean, it was hilarious.
Great. Oh, so much fun. I haven't had anyone do that one either, but I've seen it on Facebook. One of the ladies, a mom videotaped her child going through them all, and there one who's like, oh.
He did the lemon, and it was hilarious.
That's great.
And then he's one of those kids, he really likes he's like 7 or 8, and he really likes my puppets.
Oh.
So he'll challenge my puppets. He'll be like, teacher, time me, and he'll challenge the puppets. Well, today I brought in one of my panda bears.
Oh, that's a scary one. He's freaky.
Yeah, he laughed. He goes, teacher, Bobby is angry. He's so angry.
Oh, that's funny. It's coming on YouTube now. I can't wait to see what they say on that one. Okay, let's see. Teacher Kim, that is hard to deal with. She has 2 faves that have left VK too. Aww. And well, hello, ESL with Gypsy Soul. Thanks for coming. Hey guys, let's I have a couple more questions for her before the fire round. Please ask a question in the box so we can get ready to shoot some questions at her, okay? I don't know why I'm saying okay, like they can answer me back.
I know you're always waiting for that answer. It's like,
yeah. I'm all distracted by Bobby. Bobby is scary.
He's Black Belt Bobby. That's what they call him. Black
He's
Belt.
angry.
And he likes
It's okay.
martial arts movies and chocolate covered bamboo. But he dislikes butterflies, rainbows, and exercise.
That's funny. That sounds like some of my students. They're like, I don't like exercise.
I know I asked one the other day if he was exercising at home, and he goes, no.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
all of mine have been saying they have to take PE in their house.
I don't know why, but
we have to do these, they're saying.
Yeah, I asked him, I was like, do you do
jacks.
jumping jacks? And he's like, no. I'm like, do you dance? And he's like, no. I'm like,
they need
okay.
to do what is it?
Is
I
it
use it for brain breaks in my classroom all the time.
Is it possible to be homeschooled in China?
I don't know. They're all doing online classes though, but their teachers are actually going in. And then one said, my teacher doesn't know how to do online, so they're sending emails. I'm like, okay. Oh, let's see. Are you a YouTuber? And how long does it take you to record and edit videos?
I was doing lives every Friday for a while there. So I was a YouTuber, but there have been so many stringent rules placed, I think, on teachers about using, and there's a huge responsibility anyway, with using the VIP Kid logo and stuff. So I just kind of took a step back from that for a while. Not to mention it was very time consuming for me. And, with teaching my kids and everything else going on, I just didn't have the time to really focus on that. So, I mean, I have my channel, it's still set up, but I haven't done any videos in a long time.
Yeah. Do you think you will have any upcoming?
I don't know. My kids keep saying, Mom, we watch your videos. You need to do some. We're sad that you closed your videos out.
I tried to find you because I was trying to find out who you were, and you wouldn't tell me.
It's still on there. I mean, my channel's still active.
What is it under?
It should be under Teacher Heather. Let me see.
Oh, okay. Because there's lots of Teacher Heathers.
That's true.
Well, then again, I couldn't click on anybody because I didn't know what you looked like.
Yeah, it's just Teacher Heather, and there is no picture of me. It's just natural scenery.
So, oh, funny. See, I would never have found you anyway. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Heather, I just love it. This is great. So can I ask how old your kids are?
I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Oh, okay. Mine are 19 and 21.
Oh, wow. You don't look old enough to have. You really don't.
Thanks. I'm 41. I'll be 42 in March. But my son is getting married, and my daughter is actually driving here tonight. So I'm super excited for that, to see her. So they're both like, I don't know, 5 to 8 hours away driving, but at least we're all in the same country now. Because
where do they live now?
So we all were, we spent 17 years overseas. I've told you. And then my son, when it was time for him to come to college, this is his 4th year. So he left a little bit before us. And he went to the University of Tampa. And then my daughter left 2 years before us because she's in her 2nd year. And she's in Tennessee.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. And then I
moved here. So is she attending college in Tennessee?
She's doing online college. Oh. But she lives in Tennessee. Yeah.
What part of Tennessee?
Johnson City.
Okay. Because I have some family in Sparta.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about Tennessee. But
it's a very tiny town.
Really?
Everybody knows everybody.
Oh, so I'll send her to them. So do you have a favorite teaching moment or a funny story or something?
I do. I actually had a student, he's one of my regulars, and he always comes in with the most beautiful paintings that him and his mother have painted. And he's brought in pottery and stuff like that. Well, since Chinese New Year, his father had been sitting in on the classes, and he always comes in and he's like, look at my mom painted this. And I'm like, that's beautiful. And I'm like, so what does your dad do? You know, I wanted to know if his dad likes to paint or do the same things. And he's like,
plays on his phone. Yep.
I had to laugh. I was like, that's hilarious.
How about when they call their parents out and their parents are like sitting right there and you're like,
The dad saw me laughing.
My mom is lazy. I'm like, oh, no, she's not. Do you have food on your table?
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, he works all the time because I never see him ever.
Right.
And it just so happened that since we had the holiday and everything, that he was actually sitting with him doing the classes. And at the end of one class, we decided to play hangman. And I told him, I was like, this is a very hard word. And I, you know, put the spaces on the page and everything. And he was forever trying to figure out what the word was.
Yeah.
And the whole time it was his name.
Oh, and I'm doing that next.
His dad busted out laughing.
I need to write that down. Because I have this little guy, he likes to give me words now. And the other day he's like animal and it was flounder. I'm like, it took me forever. I'm like, oh, I had like FLO and the NDER, all I needed was a U. I'm like, what is it?
A level 4 the other day. It cracked me up too because we were talking about what grows on a vine because we were talking about underground. And I said, do you know what grows on a vine? And I was thinking grapes. And he's like, bed bugs?
Oh.
It's such a funny answer, though.
I can't stand, I love insects and I love that unit. But when it comes to bed bugs, every time I say it, I get the creeps. I'm like,
the one unit that I have taught, the underground unit, I had a student who came in and she was like, you know, we were talking about bunnies living underground. And she's like, it talks about how animals that live underground are blind and they have very small ears. And she's like, well, how do you explain a bunny? And I thought about it and I thought, you know, that's kind of not a very good example because bunnies are more land creatures. Now they nest in the ground, but mostly they're, so I could see where her confusion was about that. But
yeah,
sometimes you get some students that really can think, have the questions ready to fire at you, and you have to be prepared, you know?
Yeah. That's this little guy that I don't call it hangman, I call it guess the word, but that's him. He's always like comes up with these questions, and that's why I get so nervous for grammar and everything. So yeah. Okay, Heather, let's check the chat and see what we have in here going on. Teacher Kim said she needs that panda. Cindy loves your panda. Online teacher dude, hey, thanks for joining us. He said, howdy, Casey, Heather, and everyone. Marianne said, love your panda scare bear. And teacher Kim, I asked a student, how are you last night? And she said, I'm fine. I'm not in Wuhan. Yeah, they tell it like it is sometimes. I mean, yeah.
Got to be grateful.
Right, right. Teacher Kim said, more videos, Heather.
Yeah, I know.
Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Let's see. Marianne said, I'm listening, but I'm on the treadmill. Okay, Marianne, watch out. Don't start laughing on the treadmill. It can be dangerous, trust me. I may have tripped off a treadmill once or twice. Teacher Kim said, walk it out, Marianne. Cindy, how many classes per week do you teach, Heather?
Probably close to 70.
Yeah, that's me too. Thank you for asking a question, Cindy. Oh, and how many kids? We answered that one, right?
How many kids I have? 2, yeah.
Yeah, she's got 2, just like me. I love listening to Cindy talk about her kids.
I always say she's got an army.
She does. I love it. I love it, love it. How long have you been teaching from Ellen? Ellen, I was going to pronounce your last name, but I'm not sure I should try.
I started I'm coming up on my third contract.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I just signed my second.
Congratulations.
Thanks. So, Ellen, are you a teacher, and how long have you been teaching? Can I ask questions to them in the chat? Hey guys, post how long you've been teaching or what contract you're on. We'd like to know here too. So, Marianne said only 70. Well, Marianne's probably like at 100 or something.
Oh, she's probably way surpassed that. 17 classes, nearly 17 classes a day. Oh, that would kill me.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does it.
I was doing 10 to 14, and then I got like, ooh, I'll open one more. Ooh, I'll open one more. And then
were you taking breaks?
What's that?
Were you taking breaks in between?
It depends. When I first started, I started in August, and then in September I was doing overnights on Fridays and Saturdays and not taking breaks. And then this month I started teaching 3:30 to 7, and then or 7:30 if I get that lucky one. And then in the evening 6:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock, And then I started like getting a little tired, I think, because I was enjoying like watching, that I had a goal. I'll just say it out here. I had $2,200 on the brain because that's, I started in August, and then September I did 2,700, but then the rest of the months have been 22. So I figured that's a decent goal. Mm-hmm. Well, then I was making more, and I was like, I was like, okay, I got to stop. So
what do you think will happen with the time change with those 8 and 8:30 slots? Do you think those will start booking now?
I do. I think so.
Provided now they were saying those trial classes would be booking those times, but do you think we'll get major courses for those 8 to 8:30 slots?
I think so. I'm hopeful. I'm surprised, like for trials, I've only had 1 or 2 during those times, but I get 2 or 3 per night when I open them up short notice. Tim would be so proud of me. I've been opening up short notice in the evenings.
Yeah, I've always opened up short notice, but believe it or not, I've only had I think 3 trials.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Do your regulars book it or just?
Yeah, my regulars do book those time slots.
I've had a lot of supplementary in there too. That's when I get my grammars and phonics and free talks. And
I really have enjoyed those. I really was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to like these, but
yeah,
I like the story time ones.
Yes.
And
vocabulary is fun.
Yeah. I've also had the proper pronunciation. Those have been pretty good.
I told you grammar and stuff. I was like, ugh.
But the only one that I really I get nervous about is the leveled reading, because there's 46 slides, and if you have a really slow reader that doesn't comprehend, that can be really tough to make it through. That's probably
the one I've taught the most besides major courses. I think that's probably the one I seem to get quite a bit of. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. Yeah. But I've had tons of Starlight. So they booked me 4 weeks out now. So I've already got bookings for April. Wow. And it kind of worries me because, what if I need a day off or something?
Right.
But I can't say no. So
do you use rewards with your leveled reading classes?
I use rewards with all of them.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, if it's leveled reading, it's quick. And I don't know. I use it with all of them. Even the big kids, I have one that wants to do a find a star every time. And I bought a huge package. It was cheap on Teacher Pay Teachers. Mm-hmm. And this is only one stack. I have quite a few of them, but he's gone through almost all of them because I've had him for 50 classes now. So I have to go and make more. All right, let's see what we've got going on in the chat. Let's see. I saw a good question from Cindy. I don't think I've asked it yet. What other hobbies do you have?
Oh, sewing. Sewing is amazing. I quilt. As a matter of fact, it's back here right now. I could take it off, but I made that. I just haven't sewed the sandwich, the quilt sandwich yet. But
oh wow.
Yeah, I actually have made a couple different blankets. Made one for a friend who had a baby.
Oh.
Um,
Have you ever made t-shirt quilts?
I have.
I had one made for my son, and he has it with him at college. And I never had one made for my daughter yet. I wouldn't even know where her shirts are. Since moving here, I still haven't unpacked all the boxes.
I've done blue jean quilts too. I mean, they last forever and they're very durable
Oh,
and they're very thick. So, you really get warmth out of those quilts.
oh wow. That's a fun one.
So that and reading too is another one of my, I like to read and research. I'm a big researcher, so.
Really, I'm a terrible reader, but I will say I like nonfiction. So if you give me a nonfiction book, science stuff, I like science. Yeah, but for some reason, just to sit and read a book, well, you see me, I don't sit still.
You're active.
Okay. What's that?
I said you're very active.
I am. And normally I have enough coffee to calm myself down, but it's not working.
Coffee to calm you down, really?
Well, I'm ADHD. So
Yeah, but then you crash, don't you?
What?
You...
Any energy drink will make me crash, but coffee doesn't. Coffee just calms me down. But I'm from Boston, so I was probably given coffee when I was little. Mom, if you're in the chat, how old was I when I started drinking coffee? Okay, let's see. What is your favorite school subject? Not VIP kid.
Was science and math always.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I majored in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I majored in biochemistry and
that's right.
Had a minor in math, so.
My son was doing physics, and I was like, whew, I don't even know what physics is.
Yep.
Oh, I think Ellen just signed her contract, and Tim is her mentor. He is very helpful. That's awesome. Awesome, Ellen.
Kelly Tagg was my mentor.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. I bet she's a great mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
She's very helpful.
Cindy said, I am almost to my 6th contract. I do 25 to 35 per week. Great.
Kelly has the patience of a saint.
Really? That's probably why she's done 2 lives with me. She can deal with my bounciness.
Because I was a real pain to her, I think. She won't admit it, but.
Cool, Ellen, welcome. Marianne, 6th contract May 1st.
Yay.
Let's see. Oh, hello, Evelyn. Evelyn Joy is here. Let's see. Teacher Kim is signing her 5th contract. Wow, all you veteran teachers out there.
What is considered a veteran in your opinion?
Anybody longer than me? I don't know.
Does everybody have their own definition?
I think Evelyn told me one time. I'll have to, maybe Evelyn can tell us. Evelyn, when are you no longer a veteran teacher? I think we talked about this once. Let's see. Cindy said, our time changes, their time does not change. So everything bumps up. Mm-hmm. Well, that's right, because
they're already an hour ahead of me.
Mm-hmm. Right, but in Beijing, so my students that are at 8:30 p.m. just started asking for 9:30 p.m. And I was like, why are they going later? But it's because of the day it changes.
I had a request for 3:30 in the morning, and I was like, should I take it? I don't usually wake up that early. As far as, I'm ready to go in, but I don't usually, that would mean I'd have to get up at 2:30 to be awake. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh man, this is one of my regulars. And I'm like, if I do this now, they're going to depend on that time.
I know. So now I have one every Monday at 2:30 in the morning, but she bumps up to 3:30 soon. And then my Anthony every Saturday, midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. But since he's home from school, I haven't had those slots yet. So, thanks, Tim. He said, good job on the short notice. Evelyn, lots of people watching. I know, that's so exciting. We had 10 people in the chat for a little while there.
Oh, cool.
Cindy said, leveled reading, lots of repeating. Mm-hmm. Oh, ESL with a Gypsy Soul, 5th contract with VIP kid.
Wow.
Do I know you? If not, I'm going to have to go find you and subscribe. Do you have a YouTube? Oh, wait, that's Kasie. I think I recognize her picture. Is that you, Kasie? ESL, Gypsy Soul? Another Kasie. And let's see. Cindy said sometimes leveled reading goes by fast. Marianne, Heather is a huge researcher. She is very intelligent.
Aw, thank you, Marianne.
I can tell just by talking to her. Teacher Kim said coffee is excellent for ADHD. Ellen, I have to say goodbye. Thanks for the words of wisdom. I'm nervous to start. So she hasn't booked her first class yet. I can't wait to hear how her first class goes. So
she's got a booking for her first class. She just hasn't taught it yet.
I think she said no classes yet. So I don't know if it's booked yet or not. She just said no classes yet.
Oh man.
And
it took me at least 3 days to open up, because after I had passed everything, I was so nervous about opening up slots and actually starting.
Right. I was shocked. I opened up my slots and went for a walk, and by the time I got home, I had some on my first day of opening, because I came in at the right time, that August, September, when they're all getting ready to go back to school. And yeah,
I had some the first week I opened up. I was pleasantly surprised.
Come on, Tim.
What?
Tim said you're not a newbie after teaching your first class.
Okay, so he's counting the first class. All right. Then we all are pros.
Yeah. Speaking of newbie, this lady last night on Facebook was like, help, my first class. She didn't understand it was a UA. So she's like, my first class has 47 slides. And all of us were like, it was so funny. And then she wrote back an hour later, like, 7 minutes in and I have no student yet. What do I do if they come?
Oh no, that's the worst. I can't imagine it being your class. Yeah, I couldn't imagine having my very first class, a unit assessment, having a student come late, and the pressure of completing that, you know?
Yes. Okay, so that is all we have in the chat right now. So I'm going to ask you our last 3 questions. And hey guys, I'm thinking about changing these last 3 questions. I'm not going to change them on her.
Thank you.
But I need some suggestions. I like number 1 and number 2. I'm going to mix them together in one, which are, what are some good qualities of a good teacher? And then, so I'm going to put 1 and 2 together. And so I need one more good question to ask at the very end. So please put it in the chat if you have a good suggestion for a 3rd question for us. But okay, Heather, what are some qualities of a good teacher?
Boy, this is really a loaded question, because I think it's harder, and it's getting harder and harder to, you really got to think outside the box anymore, because there is so much influence on think tanks anymore and bureaucracy. And so, there's really a lot of requirements on us teachers. But I would say, okay, I wrote down a quote which was wrongly attributed to Einstein, but it said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So I believe that each child has a gift. And if we keep this in mind, we can help the child discover that gift. So we need to be able to think outside the box while encouraging critical thinking and creativity, as well as being innovative. So I think that's what makes a good teacher.
Good answer. And I love how everyone has a different answer for that too, because there is no right, there's so many qualities of teachers, good teachers. So what do you feel is one of your strengths as a teacher?
One, I've got several. I wrote down about 6.
Whatever you think, go for it.
Patience, love, joy, happiness, caring, compassion, innovation, encouraging that creative genius.
Oh, you're a creative genius?
I would say that I'm encouraging the student to be a creative genius.
Nice. I'm not creative.
So they have their own you know, like you said earlier, they don't hold back, so they really aren't afraid to tell you what they think.
Hmm.
And I think it's important that we don't discourage that.
Hmm. I always say the people that are closest to me really don't hold back because I am one of them. Like, I'm very busy. Not not busy as in doing things, but busy as in bouncy and thinking. And I never know when somebody's upset with me because I just think everything's great. So if you don't tell me, I'm just kind of like doopy doo. So I seem to get along with people that tell me what's going on, how they feel, and so
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I
I'm
don't
a real
discourage.
person as far as that's concerned, because I really think that if you've done something wrong, the person should have the gumption to tell you. You
Hmm.
know, how do you know? You can't read someone else's mind.
Right. And I don't, I'm just like, yay, happy. Everything's happy.
And there's a way to do it with couth, you know, so you're
Uh-huh.
not injuring the other person and hurting their feelings, you know, with
Right.
being honest and upfront.
Hmm. I definitely would rather have that. So, Cindy wants to know if you can type that quote in the chat box.
Yeah.
You're not on YouTube though, are you?
Yeah, I just hopped on a little bit ago here. I'll
Oh,
type it in.
perfect. Good,
It's
good. Cindy said, agree, agree, agree.
um,
Oh, we got another question for you too.
okay. Fire away.
um, Tim asked, if you were not teaching for VIP Kid or online ESL in general, what would you be doing?
Oh boy. Um,
Tim's getting good with these questions, I'm
I
telling
tell
you.
you, I could probably work for a lab somewhere, but I don't know. That's a good question. I'd probably be looking for something else to do from home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely a perk
I've
of.
since I've started at VIP Kid, I have had several calls from laboratories who wanted to hire me,
Oh.
but I enjoy what I'm doing now,
Hmm.
and I like the flexibility.
Yeah,
And I don't know. That's. I feel like this is my direction right now.
right. That's great. Let's see. This is interesting for you. What is your favorite teaching resource or professional development or book?
I have. I mean, number one would be YouTube. I can do a lot of research on YouTube and
Hmm.
backup uh, resources by Googling them. But two of the major ones that I like to use is fluentu.com,
Hmm.
because they have a lot of ideas for ESL games. They also post articles on, um, academics with ESL and helping a child to develop their English learning skills. And then another one that I really like is iteslj.org/questions. You can actually look up questions based on a topic.
Wow.
So if you go to that website and then let's say you're doing the clothing unit, you can click on clothing and go there and get a set of questions that you might be able to use during your class to extend the material.
Oh, great. I think I'm wondering if they're going to start asking. Can you give those two again?
Sure, I'll write them in the chat box here.
Oh,
So
okay, good. Bye, Tim. Thanks for coming. I know it's time for you to go to sleep. We appreciate you coming. And Tim, if you don't mind, can you drop me one of those Zooms, like a copy of one that you've done a call so that I can practice? Sorry, I can't get him on Messenger right now, so he understands.
bye, Tim.
Let's see. All right. I don't see it in the chat yet, but it'll probably be coming up here shortly. Did you type that in there?
I did.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so what should we end on? How can we reach out to you or find you? Or did you want to plug anything?
Teacher Heather, that's all it's under. And like I said, it's here, I'll actually go to my channel and plug it in the chat box.
Oh,
But
yeah, great.
like I said, I'm rarely on. But
Well, we don't want to pressure you to do any more videos, but I can't wait to see what's. Oh, thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. He's confused what I'm talking about. It was during our interview, but yeah, I'll send you an email.
Hopefully that's the right
I don't
link
see.
there.
Are you putting it? I don't see anything in the chat box. Are you guys seeing what Heather's putting in there? I see something from Online Teacher Dude, but not. I see your quote is in there, but I don't see the other things from you.
Okay, I'm going to try to type it again.
It might be just me. I might be behind. But if you're in the chat, can you let us know if her, what am I trying to say? I can't spit it out. Web pages? The links are coming up.
Kasie, the last time you had, forgive me, but I forget the teachers that you interviewed before, but I actually had typed something in the chat box and it had totally disappeared. And I don't know why that is.
Do remember that. Yeah.
No, Online Teacher Dude says you can't put links in.
Oh, that's why.
But you still should be able to take what I've typed in and be able to copy and paste it, right?
I think Marianne, Kim, Cindy, one of them can put your YouTube channel in there, right? Okay. I think they can as moderators. Would one of you put her YouTube link in the... Yeah. Would one of you put her YouTube link in the chat box? And Marcy, oh, hello, Marcy. Marcy said she doesn't see the websites.
Okay.
Do you want to just tell them again?
It's FLUENTU, fluentu.com. And then the other one is iteslj.org/questions.
iteslj.org/questions.
iteslj.org.
Okay. If I remember to put them in the description box. I say I'm going to do that half the time and I forget. I can, if you tell me what it is. Oh, Cindy, I don't think it, yeah, fluentu.com. They're putting it in the chat box for you.
There you go. Yep.
Thanks, guys. Always helping.
That's really crazy that it won't let you do that.
They're moderators, so they can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I should just add everybody as moderators. Everyone that comes.
You know how the saying goes, though. Too many chefs spoil the soup. So you got your moderators, you're good.
But not with this group. Our normal group that we're always talking to, that always come to each other there, you know.
How many moderators
and Tim
do you want to have, though? Really?
I don't know. If someone shows up that's not supposed to be there posting nasty stuff, then somebody's got to kick them out.
We actually had that happen. I forget with who it was. With
really?
Yeah. I don't know if it was Danny. It might have been Danny, but we were watching what was going on. It was like, flip. Somebody got rid of his comment because he was a little on the strange side. So
just lately I started, I'm in the Nancy Taylor course group and branding yourself and things like that. And, put your Instagram and things like that. And I'm keep getting all these, hey, beautiful. I'm like, oh, and here's my husband.
Yeah, you get a lot.
Thank you for the compliment, but if you're not here to sign up for teaching.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Oh, Laura's here. Hey, Laura. I think I said hi to everybody. If I missed you, thanks for coming. If we are all mods, at least someone will be there, right? Okay, Heather, this has been a blast. I've had so much fun meeting you and getting to know you.
Well, nice to meet you too.
Thank you. And yeah, I'll chat with you soon.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Bye. Bye, everybody. Marianne. Oh, you're so funny.